Hello and welcome to the lecture series on principles of microeconomics. In my previous classes, I have dealt with something called as demand, the determinants of demand, law of demand, elasticities of demand. In this class, I'll be talking about utility as a part of the theory of consumers' demand. So let us look at what the concept of utility particularly boils down to. So utility is defined as the satisfaction. It is defined as the satisfaction that a consumer derives from consuming a good or bundle of good. So this is just the satisfaction which a consumer derives out of the consumption of a particular good or combination of certain goods, and that is what is termed as utility in economics. Thereafter, the concept of utility was for the first time introduced by William Stanley Jevons, and he said that utility is nothing but the want satisfying power of a particular commodity. So we can see that satisfaction holds very great importance when we look at the concept of utility. So in the first point, we have seen that it is the satisfaction that a consumer derives or consumer gets from the consumption of good or bundle of good, and according to William Stanley Jevons, it is nothing but the want satisfying power of a particular commodity, want satisfying power of a particular commodity. Now, as far as the concept of utility is concerned, since it is the satisfaction which a consumer is deriving out of consumption of a good or a bundle of goods, we obviously have to measure it. Now, what can be the unit of measurement of utility? And the unit of measurement of utility is utils, UTILS. Now, this concept of utils is that whenever the consumer is consuming certain goods, he or she is going to derive some satisfaction out of the consumption of that particular good, and that consumption is just reflected, or the satisfaction of that consumption is reflected in terms of utils when you count the utility of that particular commodity. So let us look at a commodity X, and here I am representing the units of that particular commodity, and here in this column I am looking at the satisfaction what the consumer is going to derive out of that. In the first combination or first case, when the consumer is consuming 5 units of that particular commodity, he is deriving 10 utils of satisfaction from the consumption of 5 units of a particular commodity. So this is what the concept of utility talks about. It is that satisfaction that the consumer derives from the consumption of a good or combination of a good. Let us now see a case wherein the consumer is doubling his consumption. So what is happening is the satisfaction which he or she is going to derive after doubling his consumption of that particular commodity, it is going to go down. It is rather from 10 utils, it is moving to 5 utils. So we see a fall of 5 utils after there is a doubling of the units consumed. This is quite natural to consumer behavior. That means if at all you consume more and more units of a particular commodity, the utility or satisfaction which you are going to generate out of the same is going to go down. Let us assume that this commodity is tea or coffee. So what is going to happen is the first 5 units of that particular commodity tea are going to give you the level of satisfaction equivalent to 10 utils. As you move higher, that means as you consume more and more units of tea, the satisfaction which you are going to get out of the consumption of additional units of tea is obviously going to go down, and therefore it moves from 10 utils to 5. As you further increase the consumption of tea from 10 units to 15 units, the satisfaction is further lowering down. So this is how utility can be studied in terms of utils. Now, why this satisfaction is going down is a subject matter of marginal utility, which I'll talk about in the upcoming lectures, but this is how you measure utility in terms of utils. Utils is just the unit to measure utility, which is actually talking about the satisfaction or happiness, or you can say the kind of happiness, or you can use any other term which you really feel like to probably name what utility particularly talks about. Okay, so this is how we can look at the concept of utility per se in economics. Thereafter, Jeremy Bentham gave the concept of utility in some different format, taking welfare into account. So let us look at what Jeremy Bentham has done. So he says that utility. Now here we have seen it is the satisfaction, it is the want satisfying power. Now Jeremy Bentham is saying utility is the property of a good, it is the property of a good that provides pleasure. So happiness or pleasure, P-L-E-A-S-U-R-E, pleasure. Okay, so it is also the pleasure which you generate out of consumption of a particular commodity. Yeah, so Jeremy Bentham is saying utility is the property of a good that provides pleasure or happiness to the people and promotes their welfare or well-being. It is going to promote the welfare or well-being of an individual. That is what, according to Jeremy Bentham, utility particularly boils down to. So utility is the property of a good, he is saying, that provides pleasure, happiness to the people or to the consumer, and it in some sense promotes the welfare or well-being of that particular consumer. Now this was countered, this idea of utility being seen as the pleasure or happiness which promotes welfare was countered by none other than Professor Amartya Sen, and here is the critique of the concept of utility in terms of the power of a commodity to provide pleasure such that promotes or it promotes well-being or welfare was criticized by Amartya Sen. And Professor Sen says that according to Professor Sen, utility is defined as the satisfaction or desire or happiness or pleasure, etc. But it doesn't correctly measure welfare or well-being, because we said that utility is talking about, or it is utility is the property of a good that provides pleasure or happiness, and that pleasure or happiness promotes well-being. So Professor Sen says that doesn't correctly measure, first of all, welfare or well-being of the deprived sections of the society. So even if you say that utility is measuring the welfare or well-being of individuals, it fails to measure or talk about the welfare or well-being of the depressed or the deprived sections of any society. Now for this he gives an example, or he cites an example. He says that people living life of great misfortune with little hope or and no opportunity per se may get more utility or happiness from any small help or small gains. So that means any small gains to people who are living a life of misfortune and misery, this might give you the large amounts of happiness, but particularly this short-lived happiness or satisfaction which you are going to get out of small gains is, or it doesn't have the capacity to improve or have significant impact on the well-being of that particular section of the society. Because see, I am already living a life of great misfortune and misery. There's some help coming to me which is very small gains, which is giving me a very large amount of satisfaction, but unfortunately this large amount of short-lived gain or satisfaction doesn't really improve my well-being in the longer term, and doesn't really have a significant improvement in the well-being of that living individual per se. So therefore Amartya Sen criticizes the concept of utility, saying that utility might measure the satisfaction or happiness or pleasure or whatever you are trying to talk about, but unfortunately this is not true when you say that utility is the property of a commodity which promotes happiness and which gives you satisfaction in such a way that it also promotes the well-being of that particular individual. This doesn't really happen in the case of the deprived sections of the society, and this is what Professor Amartya Sen criticized in his critique of the concept of utility, saying that there are two important things. He said that it's all right if utility measures the satisfaction or the desire or happiness, but it doesn't correctly measure welfare or well-being of the deprived sections of the society. And therefore he cites an example saying that what will happen if at all you give some small help to people who are living in misfortune or misery, who have no hope and opportunity, that will give them very large amounts of satisfaction or happiness, but in the long run it doesn't really have any significant impact on their well-being per se. So I hope the concept of what utility or satisfaction, or how it is defined as the satisfaction which a consumer derives from the consumption of a particular good or the combination of certain goods. Thereafter the concept of utility given by William Stanley Jevons, saying that it is the want satisfying power of a particular commodity, and then we move towards looking at how do you measure utility per se in terms of utils, and thereafter we move towards the idea of Jeremy Bentham, saying that utility has the is the property of a particular good which promotes welfare, which promotes pleasure or happiness and indirectly promotes welfare or well-being. And this concept of Jeremy Bentham was countered by the critique of Amartya Sen, saying that that is not really true when you look at the deprived sections of a particular society. In the next class, we'll talk about the two important types of utilities. Here I'll just introduce you. Utility, or the approach to utility, can be the cardinal approach, and the other is ordinal approach. Okay, so there are two approaches to utility. In the next class, I will start with the cardinal approach to understanding utility or utility analysis. So I'll see you then. Thank you.